And we're back. It's time for game number 2 of Empire vs Team Liquid. We've got the hoodie cast going on.
Yep.
Fogged, are you ready? Liquid playing their just standard solid Dota, and Empire, I don't know. They feel like they just need to be more like aggressive in general. Their picks didn't really allow it, but they just kind of sat back and accepted their fate in game number 1.
Yeah, it was really done by Liquid though. Like we said, very methodical. They know what their plan is throughout the game. All their players play what they need to do. They do their role.
Yep.
Mind control. You don't see him off farming some creep wave, showing himself on the map. Nope, he's just sitting there waiting. His supports are like, all right, time to go. Smoke up. Let's go for a kill. Non-stop finding the aggression.
Okay, well, we're going to hop into a Game 2 draft and see what changes will be made between the two teams. This time around, Empire on the Dire side and Empire with first pick.
Ban the Tusk, too. They've got the first pick. We see a Shadow Fiend open. We see Winter Wyvern. We see Queen of Pain. See what they opt to go for.
Okay. This was banned out in game 1? No, sorry, they had it in game 1.
They had it in game 1.
Yeah, they had it on the Radiant side, so... Something they put a lot of stock in here very early on.
Man, I don't know if that's what you should do though. Like
for Liquid or for Empire, you mean?
Empire picking up the first pick Winter Wyvern on Dire and then giving a Radiant Shadow Fiend. Even though Fata hasn't had the best success, it seems so, on the Shadow Fiend compared to his other heroes, that Radiant Shadow Fiend is pretty tough to deal with unless you have a very set game plan. There is the Queen of Pain still if they decide to go for it, which is a pretty decent matchup, and they do. But at the same time, Shadow Fiend has that recovery, and at the end of the day, a Radiant Shadow Fiend can, always just go back to his stacks unless the Queen of Pain is extremely aggressive and on point.
Is it just the stacks that make it that much stronger on the Radiant side, or do you think there's other factors there?
Oh, it's much harder to gank him from the side. It's much harder to steal the stacks as well, because stealing Radiant stacks is nigh impossible.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay. So Empire will get the Queen of Pain. I guess maybe part of it is like very much like, let's give Fata a hero that's ridiculously good, the Radiant SF, but maybe not a comfort pick for him. So.
Yep.
And now we see some targeted bans as the Clockwork gets banned, actually by Empire themselves. So they're going to be respect banning Mind Control's Clock from game 1, and well, the Queen of Pain pickup is probably the big deviation from last game where they waited a lot longer to pick up General's hero for the mid lane.
Yeah. Leaves the lanes open as well. Can always be a short lane. Can always do some off lane. We saw that earlier Alliance picking up that support Queen of Pain, and he went completely bonkers.
5 seconds remaining.
And now the Slider. So Liquid, I mean, they already have a lot going for them as far as physical damage in the armor game goes with Dazzle and Shadow Fiend. I almost feel like you don't want to overcommit to going physical damage, especially against the Winter Wyvern. But something that Empire still respect ban and does fit into the Liquid lineup very nicely as a mind control hero for the off lane. Even potentially a safe lane farmer for Matumba Man that suits what he's been doing lately, which is just playing a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, the Dazzle Slardar as well. That combo is pretty insanely strong, either in the off lane, a dual lane, or just the potential throughout the entire stage of the game.
Well, so targeted bans onto the supports from Team Liquid. They take out Rubik and AA, then pick up Ember Spirit. Well, there's a Matumba Man classic, and here that's great at fighting and creating space for Fata just to get his farm going.
Got their dual core down nice and early.
So we'll see what Empire get. Already they've got like a Winter's Curse, a Quap who likely builds into an Orchid, so they've got some answers to the Ember Spirit as far as the mid game goes. But
Fata will definitely go mech on Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, that's a bet I would not bet against. Definitely
helping out that early game a bit.
5 seconds remaining.
Matumba Man is he a bot buyer?
On Ember?
Yeah, or does he usually do like the treads drum and just get aggressive? Because I know he plays it very aggressively.
So I've seen him do both. When he's needed to tank up more, I've seen him go the treads Aquila, but otherwise he normally goes bots.
Okay.
He's done more bots, but if he's like against a lineup that is going to be really hard for him to play against, he goes treads.
Alrighty. Early Furion coming out now too for Empire.
Well, not what you'd expect out of them, and we'll see. I guess most likely Resolution handling this for the offlane.
Yeah. Interesting. Third pick Furion.
And
maybe it puts a bit more pressure, I guess, on the Shadow Fiend with the Queen of Pain. It's like you always have to be a little bit afraid, like, oh, what if this Furion ports on me? Dazzle has to be pretty on point, holding TPs, just in case.
And that's like the first 5 to 8 minutes, let's say. But like going into like the overall actual like strategy at the core part of the game, what's the Furion kind of here to do? Do you think?
I guess it's just split push and pick off, just the usual Sphurion thing. You can just go for this Orchid build that it seems like a lot of players have been doing. Very good versus Ember Spirit throughout the whole game. Forces him to kind of go for that Manta. If they even want to do that, they're probably going to have the Orchid on the Queen of Pain. We'll see what he wants to go for on the Furion.
Yep. Well, now Liquid, another pick coming their way, and offlane is starting to get somewhat limited here with Clock, Slada, Tusk, Darkseer, all bans coming out from Empire. Mind control targeted bans at this stage. Curious to see what he gets. Undying is still available in the pool, but they need Lockdown for this Liquid lineup. I feel like they'd much rather get him some kind of better initiator.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it is.
Traditionally, you'd see more like an Earthshaker play in the offlane, but that just fell off completely.
Yeah.
You also need control and lockdown for Quad Profit.
Yeah. That hero just completely fell off. Earthshaker. Just
Yeah.
like started. It's like Gyro. They just started losing every game.
I mean, he worked so well with the Linas and the Lestrax in the mid lane, and when those, I feel like part of it is because those heroes fell off, so he fell off.
Okay, Disruptor here.
Team Empire's
Pretty good
turn
pick.
to pick.
Good versus the Quap. Good versus
Anti-mage.
Furion. Anti-Mage comes out right away. All right, Rat Dota.
Yeah, you mentioned split push. This is it. I mean, Empire actually have awful lockdown and stuns right now. They have some control coming out from the Orchids once they come online from a Prophet or a Queen of Pain, but their only real reliable stun right now is a Winter's Curse, which is on a
10
long cooldown.
seconds remaining.
Not really seeing too much synergy between their lineup. To be honest, they have two blinkers. You know, they got some
Yeah.
good Rat.
It's very much just anti-mage Dota here.
Yeah, Anti-Mage versus Ember is
Reserve
pretty
time.
decent, so it's
Yeah.
going into late game. AM wins that quite hard. If he gets, you know, that Abyssal, if he gets the timings, of course. Unless, if Ember is very farmed, then it's not so much, not the best for the AM.
Yeah, and the kind of heroes you can last pick for Liquid to have some catch potential, like the Sand King or an Earthshaker, heroes that anti-mage will free farm against. So
10
Yeah.
if you want to try and contest that lane, you pick something like an Undying, but then you run the risk of having next to no lockdown.
Team
See what
Empire
the approach will be
turn
for
to
Liquid.
ban.
Banned out Lina. I don't know why people stop picking it so much. I don't think Lina's that bad. I think the nerf is, I mean, it
100
hurts,
damage on the ultimate. I
Yeah.
guess it maxed out.
but still helps. It's still one of those heroes that's very good versus the Quap and
10
Shadow Fiend, and those are
seconds
two of like the like all-star mid laners, it seems.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Do you think there's a chance Liquid want to try and aggro tri-lane? Not a team known for doing any kind of aggressive lanes,
Reserve
but
time.
do they try and shut down the anti-mage in lane?
Maybe they could. The Winter Wyvern AM is pretty darn weak, and Dazzle overall is very strong in the aggressives. Disruptor a bit weaker. What could they pick? I guess the Undying, if they wanted to go for the aggro.
Team Liquid's turn
Well, I
to
guess they
pick.
don't really. Well, Ember's safe lane versus Prophet's probably
That's not the
good for
best.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, they almost need the Ember in the aggro lane. But yeah, Undying still one of the heroes that stands out to me, but very lacking control at that point. Anti-Mage may just have free roam over this game. The Earthshaker banned out. As much as the AM can free farm against this hero, if you get to the late game,
10
it's one of the better
seconds
heroes to
remaining.
provide a lot of control. A Sand
Yeah.
King, you've just got the one Burrow Strike on a pretty short cooldown, but
5
Earthshaker, you've got
seconds remaining.
3 spells that you can stun the AM with to initiate and bring him
Disruptor
down.
very good if he's on point with it. And that is the
Ooh.
aggression that they want to do. They want to run at him. Dazzle Axe. Not much you can do to contest that.
Okay. And that means you can even just, go for a dual lane setup. Have the Disruptor in the safe lane against the Ember Spirit. With the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, Wyvern has to be pretty careful too if they don't just end up putting a full tri-lane versus the Axe. If they, depending on how the other supports on Liquid move. Because Battle Hunger, if he ends up trying to skill it, it's pretty damn good versus Winter Wyvern to be
10
able to chase him
seconds
down after he
remaining.
uses his Arctic Burn. See what
Oh.
Empire...
5 seconds
Empire's got to pick
remaining.
something strong.
Yeah.
Unless they want to just completely dodge somehow.
If you try and dodge and you pick a
Reserve
weak like
time.
laning hero here, Liquid will just chase you wherever your AM goes. Dominant lane support is like a Witch Doctor or something, or... what
Yeah, I guess Witch Doctor's... I don't know. That's pretty
More
hard. You have,
damage
to, you have to
even.
get in for
Aye.
Witch Doctor. Liquid has such a good lineup for you, like, you can't really get into them.
You could Undying still. He's a melee option, but the Decay is pretty good against an aggro tri-lane.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot trickier for the Axe to just come up and try and tank creep waves when he's losing his HP.
Maybe like a Veno, right?
Well, the other thing, Empire, I mean, we talked about lack of stuns on the Liquid side. Empire have this exact same problem
Yeah.
to an even larger extent now. Very much feels like they need a stun of some kind. You can't just solely rely on Winter's Curse. You're against an Ember Spirit in the late game. The SF will just Like, you can try and just bring him down with damage output, but
They're probably trying to decide what others. They're probably like, huh, we don't really have much lockdown for Ember.
No.
We have decent burst. We have good late game, good split push. Maybe they have outspam. What do they like? They just need a lot. They just need a lockdown hero for Aloha.
just like a lion or something even could work all right.
Aloha Lion. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Could be.
10
Could be.
seconds remaining.
And Lion is not the strongest laning hero, which is maybe a concern right now with
5
Liquid going
seconds
for an
remaining.
aggressive lane, but it's at least
Time to run it
acceptable.
low. There you go. Damn, Parker.
There was very few options, you know. Predicting a 10th pick is not the
Oh,
craziest
come
thing in the
on.
world, you
Oh,
know?
come on.
It's like
Give yourself some credit. That was good. There's a lockdown needed for the Ember. Makes the lane a little bit weak, but let's see how it pays off for them.
Okay. So, Liquid, Mind Control Axe. I don't feel like I haven't seen Mind Control play Axe at all.
I don't think so. I was looking at the Dota buff before, and he didn't have it on like the first 2 pages. Yeah, he tends to not play it.
And Liquid, like Kuro, one of those drafters, it's kind of similar to what we've seen in the past with like the old Team Secret, where it feels like each player has like their set pool of like 4 to 6 heroes,
Yep.
and they just play whichever one like isn't banned or they feel is best for the given game. And Axe was not one of those 4 to 6 heroes that Mind Control plays.
They also they also completely banned him out. Every single one of their bans was targeted at him.
Yep.
Last time they played Axe was at the Frankfurt Major qualifiers.
Okay.
They picked it 2 or 3 times, and I'm sure they picked it in scrims before, but
Yep. So at least not completely uncomfortable for Mind Control. See, quick pause coming out here. It is a 1-0 lead for Liquid in this best of 5. Winner will come to LA for the Summit 4. Land finals, competing for over $100,000 and getting to enjoy themselves in, well, I was going to say sunny Los Angeles, but I don't think it's going to be very sunny in December.
doesn't seem like it will be.
No. The cold weather sunk in today. I walked outside this morning and it was not too pleasant.
Yeah, dude, what the hell? I came here from New York expecting warmth. What are you guys doing to me? Every game,
Sorry,
look,
dude.
every game now, these 2 teams
Yep.
just TPing to the lanes, getting their wards out right away. They want to have their poles secured.
Neither team looking to contest their off lanes with wards just right now. It's all about the safe lane. And they'll both get down a similar matching lane ward.
Yep. Kuroki's got some dual lane items, it looks like. 2 sets of regen, Clarity, Branch, as well as Jerax. They both have... Everybody bought 2 sets of regen.
On the Radiant side.
Yeah, on the Radiant side. Of course, except for Fata, but...
Yeah. Oh, Axe as well, just the 1 tangos, but
Yeah.
he's got the Dazzle there to back him up with the Salve as well as the Shadow Wave.
Yeah.
Not the Treant.
Fata going for the normal items you go versus the Quap. So we have, yep, some good stuff. We have, let's say,
30 seconds
Kuroki
to
Dazzle, Mind Control Axe, Jerax Disruptor, Matumba Ember, and a Fata SF.
Yep.
Looking pretty solid for Liquid.
Yeah, for Dire side, it feels like less of an overall game strategy as far as how the lineup works together, more just about how these heroes work by themselves as split pushes and space creators. They're going to have General, the new player on Quap, Resolution, Offlane Prophet, Aloha Lion will be Winter Wyvern in the hands of No Fear, and that leaves Silent playing Anti-Mage.
The
Liquid will
battle
secure the
begins.
top rune, it looks like, here for Fata, and bottom one goes with General, so both mid laners. With an early bounty rune, it will be Fast Sal for General, while SF goes for the Bottle Rush here in mid lane.
Resolution opted to not bring any Clarities as the offlane Furion. Usually you see like 1 or 2, right? I think Bulldog usually brings like 1 or 2.
I haven't seen a lot of the offlane Prophet in games I've cast, but I mean, I feel like if I was playing an offlane Prophet, I'd get at least 1 Clarity.
Yeah. It's Resolution a bit new to the offlane role, but he hasn't been doing too bad at all. Just Empire in general hasn't been looking the most solid, just a little shaky in their team play.
And you add in a new player, and even before adding in General, they had like recently added No Fear. It's very much like they're trying to find their drafts, their overall strategies that they want to play, and it doesn't really feel like they have set heroes or kind of strategies yet that they're executing. No Fear also is I think he was the one drafting / captaining, I believe.
I believe so. Oh.
Mid unpause.
Let's try. Just kidding.
Alright, restarting the modem. Turn it off and on. Oldest trick in the book.
So let's see what's going on right now. We got some good equilibrium right now in the mid lane. Absolutely even, dead even. Fata's just gotta. He's gotta be sure. He went for the raises. He went for the versus the Queen of Pain build.
Yeah.
So he gets the circlet, not the Wraith Band. Gonna go for the races. Quick curly bottle.
Yeah. He needs to guarantee the bottle. With the circlet build, you've got 300 gold to farm to get your bottle up. So.
Definitely the right build versus the Queen of Pain. You see a lot of people go for that Wraith Band, and you're just like struggling. You're like, man, I'm 300 gold from that bottle, and I'm just getting way too pressured.
How about you? Do you miss playing mid? Because you used to, like, way back on Dignitas and stuff, you used to play a lot of mid.
That was ages ago, man.
Ages ago? You're a
Ages
support
ago.
player for life now? Is that...
Too noob to mid.
Hey man,
No,
don't
it's
say that.
No, it just changes so much.
Yeah.
You know?
The better answer is there's no good support players, so you've got to play support.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, support players are fewer and far between. Like, finding a 7-8k MMR pub star to try out in the mid lane is fine. Even if it doesn't work well, you can grab another one. Finding a new player to take over a support role, like, those don't even exist, it feels like. There's a
that is
few,
true.
like Yapsor maybe one of the ones that comes to mind who's
He's
kind of...
good. I like him a
Yeah.
lot. Every time I watched him, I was like, wow, this guy's very impressive.
Yeah.
His Rubik was on point most of the games they
Well,
played.
we've got one, like No Fear, one of the guys in front of us, also one of those kind of new pickups who's playing the support role, but very few. Normally the support's the more veteran, experienced players, rather than like a new flashy sharp pickup player.
Thanks, GoDz. Making me feel better.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, Fata with the value raise. 2 CS.
From one raise, now I'm talking. He's off to a good start. Still his man to spare. In the top lane, they're already putting the pressure on the Silent with the Axe Dazzle. And they will bring up No Fear as well, which means no pressure onto the mid lane SF. Instead, they're going to prioritize this Liquid off lane.
Yep. Resolution messed up with his treants. He didn't even spawn the second set to contest the pull.
Oh,
he missed the block as well with the first set. But he's going to be getting his level 2 very soon. But I'm not sure how much XP he's going to get after this.
Uh-oh, he's 10 going up, so this won't be a kill on Aloha Dance, but talked about the battle hunger that gets this lane. It can be very annoying for these supports to deal with.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking CS from your carry at all, and getting denies versus an Axe Dazzle isn't realistic.
Oh yeah, Mind Control so far having a good time pressuring this lane. He's against 3 heroes, just marching forward, throwing out those battle hungers, knowing that Antimage may get points in the mana break soon, so he may as well use his mana while he can.
Yeah. Went through all of his tangos already, just putting that constant aggression.
And that's, Lion's out of tangos, Antimage getting low in regen, Wyvern as well, similarly low in regen, and all this is going on. SF getting slightly outlast hit for now, but once his bottle gets here, he gets a few more levels, starts getting the souls. This lane will be just fine for an SF. You don't expect the SF to be winning the CS in the first 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely not. It does help a lot, though, that General has a lane ward.
Oh, yeah. Thanks it.
Able to get that Shadow Strike up on the high ground. He opts to go for only the
Top
one.
lane, they've gone in. Silent will get a first blood. They went in a bit too deep here. Aloha Dance with Poison Touch and Battle Hunger gets down to 18 HP, but will survive.
What the? How did that happen?
It was Liquid being the aggressors under the tower, and a early Cold Embrace came out.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. All right, Aloha's
I guess he
very
wasn't
low, yeah.
expecting a Cold Embrace that early on.
Nice play. General versus Fata right now. Manning up. Oh, Fata's in
One
trouble.
of these two is going down. Fata's trying to get the high ground, has mana for a raise, but will not get it off because General blinks in close, and the other 2 raises were on cooldown.
That's the power of the 2-inch Scream this early. Instead of going for the 2-inch Shadow Strike, he was able to just close the gap, walk up on him, stay near him.
So, Empire get the start they were hoping for, considering Liquid has kind of drafted towards pressuring at least the off lane quite heavily. That was our Prophet doing down bottom. Not too great. Just level 2 hit now. Can fall back to the jungle if he feels like that's going to be the place to catch up, but...
And that's really not what you want to happen, though, for Liquid. Giving that AM the first blood, he's like, oh, thank you, Ring of Health. Don't need my regen anymore.
This lane gets a whole lot easier, and this could even free up someone like Wyvern to go look for a rotation towards mid. If General can get a timely level 6, get full mana for a Sonic Wave Scream, suddenly you're looking at a lot of problems for the Shadow Fiend.
Looks like he's lagging a lot, because he's just constantly, like, his hero keeps, like, running back and forth in the lane. Now he just teleported, he went back to base.
Yep.
Not getting a whole lot in that off lane anyway, though. They're doing a good job of pulling it, denying it back constantly.
Alright, well, General now gets his bottle back, but We'll be needing a 4-minute rune to get that mana for the Sonic Wave here. Like, we'll see him just continue to sit back more. Not dropping his Null or Magic Wand. Probably just wanting to get ready to be on the move as soon as possible. It will be Liquid controlling the top rune, and General getting the bottom rune. As we'll see what exactly gets his hands on. Regen, pretty nice, because he's about to hit level 6, which means he will have that ultimate available, as well as the full mana for a Scream combo as well. Which is dangerous here in this mid lane for SF, with Wyvern still lurking around, and a high ground ward. Fata needs to play this one very cautiously.
I was about to say, you might want to just use the regen here.
Yep,
Blinks in.
Scream, Sonic Wave, not quite there. He needs 1 CS, actually. Went maybe a bit too early. Now he hits level 6. Will be a glimpse back. He's got the Sonic Wave, though, but I think this could be a kill going fastest way. The Sonic Wave is there with a second Scream. That's where that regen pays off. Cold Embrace now as well. General, he could go back in. Has bottle charges.
He's
Bottle
gonna go.
up. Blink and a Scream available in a second. Needs a bit more from the bottle. Scream is there. One more right click. A third Scream coming out. That was a value regen rune to find. And No Fear also survives. Elsewhere, bottom lane, Prophet barely survives the Ember Spirits. Ember going down to a tower shot, 13 HP. What's going on here? Matumba Man barely lives. Prophet.
Ping, 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 ping. The desperation. He's like, somebody please.
Nobody can TP, it looks like. That's where you're like, AM, why don't you have a TP? Come on, man. One right click.
I was really well played there by General, though. You see, he knows exactly where to blink so the tower didn't hit him. He kept his regen on just long enough to, and then he has his finish up wand, got the stick charges needed for the Scream of Pain and the ulti, and just burst Fata, even though he gets put in a disadvantaged situation from the Glibs.
Cole under the tower with a Shadow Wave.
No dunk just yet.
AM very, very low. It almost looked like General went like half a second too early before he was going to hit level 6, but timed it just right in the end, and actually baited. Well, he went a little too early, but then Liquid glimpsed him back in, so very much Liquid helping him out a little bit. But
Looked nice. It looked really nice, the play that he did.
yeah. Well, the enough time had gone by that he had a second Scream. So
Yeah.
he had 2 Screams and a Sonic Wave on SF, and then the third Scream onto the Disruptor. You wouldn't normally expect to have like 3 Screams in one little clash like that come out.
Calculated.
Yeah, baited the TP, knew he'd get glimpsed back, and I mean, they probably, when the glimpse went off, he probably thought, oh, Quap's still level 5, we're fine, we can glimpse him back in and go for the kill. And then suddenly he hits 6, and you're like, oh shit, this is not so good. So Matumba Man on Ember, hits level 6 now, has a TP scroll picked up. We'll be looking for those early rotations likely. Should anything like that happen again in the mid lane, can expect to see the Ember there.
Yeah, definitely. He's got that mango, too. Fata's just doing his jungle.
Bottom lane, they go in, Resolution. Gonna get jumped, he's gonna go for a Sprout, TP home. Another Fire Remnant. Can they bring him down in time? It looks like he's gonna cancel that and turn and fight. A couple more right clicks. General again rotating in and causing problems. Blinks forwards aggressively. Matumba Man low on mana more than anything here, but
Ooh, one more right click and he was dead.
yeah, had a Sonic Wave.
Nice
ready.
rotation so far by General. This guy's looking pretty good.
All right. Even the game 1 showing on the Ember was pretty solid performance all in all. Controlling the off lane, still looking at some farm. Looks like the Radiant Courier did go down. I believe that was that mid lane? Yeah, during that entire fight. So Quap not only did he get the double kill, killed the Courier during that entire clash that happened there.
Alright, that I did not see. I guess maybe his wave hit it, or...
Yeah, the Sonic Wave most likely. That was some added bonus gold. I mean, that's where Empire... We're looking at a 2,000 gold lead this early on when they've gone for what really is the greedier draft. You've got a Prophet, Anti-Mage, but they are winning the lanes and getting a lot out of this early game.
Fata able to just, you know, do this Shadow Fiend things. Go to the jungle, even though he got kind of owned a little bit by General. I know General just played it really well.
Yeah.
Like that play in the top room was just perfect.
And it feels like this dual lane's done alright against the Anti-Mage, but by no means been a huge success for them.
Yeah.
AM free farming away, and Axe getting decent amount of farm. We'll have a fairly timely Blink Dagger, but they've got to get a lot once that Blink is online.
Yeah.
And knowing that Blink's coming soon, it looks like Empire actually going to smoke towards top. Sonic Wave in hand. This could be a nice timely gank to prevent Mind Control getting a good Blink timing, and also could set line up to get a good level 6, so he can go for some follow-up kills with the finger.
Mind Control, a bit up too far.
Disruptor's there. Where's that Grave? Kuro at the ready. Gonna... Oh, not get a chance to use the Grave. There was a silence coming out onto the Dazzle, I believe, or some kind of a disable. Hex, sorry,
Hex,
from the...
yeah.
I had him clicked and I was like, wait, all his spells are silence. What's going on here? He's hexed.
Like, silence?
Like,
Holy
what?
crap.
No, I was like,
Tower.
look, man, it's early in the morning. The jet lag's kicking in or something. Nah, he was hexed.
Dire's bottom
I need to look at
tower
my
is under
screen.
attack.
Great rotation, though. They do that rotation. Meanwhile, Fata can't even pressure the mid tower because he's like, oh, crap, where are they? You know, he goes to his jungle. And then now General TP's mid, stops that aggression, and they're able to pressure top tower. Looks like it's going to be going down, but Axe TPing up. They're contesting.
We'll fight this one. Axe trying to walk in for a call. Gets impaled, though. Lion's still not quite level 6, so we'll just look to continue anyway. Has a Hex available. Oh, he gets the silence. Just kidding, guys. He'll get back to his tower. Still getting mana from this. Impale ready, so he can still push Mind Control back. Whoa, that call was not even close.
Bottom lane also. Matumba gets picked off by the
That is-
Queen of Pain.
Is under attack.
Not a death you'd hope for. Yeah, Sonic Wave was used, and
Sky's putting in work
legit.
right now. Top net worth. What's
is-
he gonna go for here? Do you think it'll be...
Oh, he's picked up a
Yules?
wizardry.
Yeah, probably use
Radiant's
for the
bottom
disruptor.
tower is
Okay.
under attack.
I mean, normally you just want... I guess with the Prophet going Orchid, you don't want to, like, kind of over-commit to these Orchids, which will just lead to Matumba Man getting a Manta style.
You can't really get killed. Like it helps you stop TPs. They don't really have too many disable, like you were saying before. Helps versus the Axe if you have him pre-click before he blinks to initiate. Great versus Ember to take off of the shield. Lots of benefits from it. And yeah, it looks like he is. Voidstone picked up. No Dagon for us today.
Looking for a jump in the top lane. There's going to be a glimpse back onto No Fear. Silence nearby. Has Mana Void at the ready, and with Lion TPing in, they're going to look to counterplay this one. Mind Control's in deep. He's at 1,500 gold. Does not want to really be going down right now. They leave him behind the tower. Silence is going on Kuro with the Mana Void. And they get 2 kills. It's the Queen of Pain getting 1, and, well, General again in the right place at the right time, ready to go for a blink forward aggressively. Blink Scream catches out both, gets the Shadow Strike on Matumba Man as well. Matumba Man, low mana, has just the Remnant with the Magic Wand use in general. Has another Blink, but not going to go any further forward as they get the T1 tower as well.
It's looking very good for Empire right now.
Yeah.
Anti-Mage not really halted at all from that aggressive dual lane. If anything, he got boosted a bit because of that first blood on his way toward his Battle Fury.
This game looking very grim for Team Liquid. Empire have climbed themselves back after a rough Game 1 result.
Damn it, Roland.
What's happening? What's Twitch chat doing today?
Silence.
Silence. I was talking about Silent the player, I mean. That's what I really meant to say. He got silented, you know?
There you go. there
Silent
you go.
kills you, you're getting silented. I'm sure Silent was doing... He threw a Mana Void. Oh, casting's hard. There's a reason I'm not going to Frankfurt, you know.
Ow.
Self-blamed.
Ow. All right, we got the we got Yulos picked up now for Quap. Fata almost at his mech. Surprisingly so also. If you look at the Shadow Fiend, he's higher level than the Queen of Pain, even though what was happening in the middle lane and all that. Higher CS as well.
What's the recovery for Liquid here? I mean, the way that... Is it going to be the mech timing from Fata? Are they going to try 5-man around that, or there's something...
Yeah, mech and blink.
Okay.
But they're gonna have to get a lot of stuff done with this blink dagger. Matumba's quite pressured.
Fata invised up. He walked right past the Lion, but he ignored him for now. I think he wants the bigger kill onto the Quap. This is a level 2 Requiem. Instead, Quap a bit far away. He goes for this one. The Hex Impale is there. Fata, gotta be careful. Does not have his mech yet. Aloha Dance will go down with the Ember backup. It looks like Empire don't have the numbers. Liquid bring in 5 for that, so very much an acceptable outcome for Empire, just giving up the 1 kill onto Lion.
We got 5 here. Now what?
Radiant's top
Farm these
tower
ancients.
is
I need my
under
blink. All right, let's do it.
Hey, why not?
Yep, they're there anyway.
General Yule's completed, so he's got that defensive capability. Any big item you see him going from here?
Radiant's bottom tower
Is
is
it an
under
Ags?
attack.
Go back for a Hex? What's normally the follow-up for the Yules?
Probably Ags. Orchid's still not terrible. It's very good versus like.
Radiant's top tower
It's always
is
gonna be
under
good versus
attack.
Dazzle and Disruptor, even Ember Spirit.
I
Even
mean,
though
are you concerned because you've already got 1 Orchid coming?
that's the one thing, yeah, maybe a little bit concerned about it. I guess Ags is fine, just having that tankiness. And they already have the Battle Fury up on the Anti-Mage. They have like their carry. They just need, you know, some damage and stuff to be able to. And having it up constantly, the constant Sonic Wave.
Yeah. And it feels like very much if they can buy enough time and create space for the AM, like there isn't a great way of dealing with the AM on the side of Liquid. So Orchids maybe make you a bit too squishy and vulnerable, and you'd rather go for some more defensive items.
Someone in chat said something that I was thinking just before, that this Queen of Pain is reminding me of like Vigos from a long time ago. Just this aggression.
He's everywhere. That's what Empire, well, CASC needs. They need another Vigos now that, I mean, well, not that the scene's struggling right now, but Dendy's past his prime, and we're seeing a resurgence of some of the like Alliance and Secret, but we haven't seen a CIS team really make their mark yet post TI5.
Just Vega.
That's true.
Vega and I guess
Vega.
VP. Yeah,
I mean, VP post TI5 have been a bit shaky, but yeah, Vega for sure actually. Looking at that team.
Not yesterday and today though. They were little. Yeah. They had some rough games. General going in on Fata.
A dire ward.
General?
Oh, Anti-Mage gets a kill. General, what happened to him? Top lane, he goes. Was that a? So what kills General there?
That was he blinked in just to like scream and like Shadow Strike, Shadow Fiend. Got raised once, got hit, he was weaved, got hit again. He had Yules up the whole time and then just died.
Well, bottom lane, we'll see Empire on the back foot here. Liquid looking to defend this one. Ember's there again with a second kill with the help of Mind Control, and it is still AM getting a lot. While the kill on the General was happening, he did get the kill bottom, which we caught eyes on. You can't catch every kill, you know.
Yeah.
Probably chose the worst one. The General kill being more important than a support kill, but
it should have happened though. I mean, he had Yules up. His blink was up in a couple seconds. I guess he didn't want to Yules himself or the SF. He just kept questioning himself too many times. Kuroki gets 900 gold from that kill. Gets a medallion, and he's got 800 gold in the bank.
He sees the AM here, but isn't able to go on him. No real way of bringing him down. Just the axing behind. And yeah, Fata suddenly top of the net worth chart. Barely nudging out the Anti-Mage, who is going to continue to power farm through this dire jungle. Has picked up his next couple of pieces towards the Vlads, and we'll be looking for that Vlad's second item.
Matumba struggling. Looks like he wants to go for the bots drum build. He bought a drum just because he was having quite a rough time in the early game. Needs some early stats to tank up. He already had the bracer as well.
So Empire, for them, like feels like they're just waiting for their next couple of item timings. The Orchid from the Prophet, perhaps, and they're just going to sneak into Tier 1 bottom tower, gets glyphed up, which will be a bit annoying, but doesn't look like Liquid will punish General for going into this one.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yep. AM just farming up, trying to finish up his Vlads. Liquid doing the same thing, just trying to take. At least Liquid is they're trying to invade the enemy jungle right now and take some of the farm from the Anti-Mage, while Empire is using Resolution's trees very effectively, if you notice in the Radiant jungle, scouting out every single camp.
And as much as it's been momentum going Empire's way for pretty much the entirety of this game so far, it hasn't really translated into a major lead. The gold difference only 2,000. Still, the experience actually favoring Liquid after that Queen of Pain kill. And it's Liquid, whose 5-man is now starting to net them kill hero there, and more importantly, some towers and objectives. Starting to chip away at this tier 2 tile. Bottom lane though, yep. TP coming in. He does get the glimpse off on one, but General, oh, they're in time with the Yules. Cancels that. Gets the stream kill.
That .1. Silent as well, getting gone on.
Okay. Ooh. Managed to burn enough of the Axe's mana, so there was no culling blade. And now the Scream Sonic Wave Mind Control. One more right click gets the kill General. Another nice pick off for him.
Halfway to Ags.
And they'll defend the top tier 2 tower as well. Fata decides, well, we're not getting the top tier 2 tower. Let's just TP in mid. Has an Invis Requiem. Dire detection. Doesn't look like they saw this one. General could be in some trouble. Ooh, needs to make sure he hits it full on. And Matumba Man there trying to set up a slider for Searing Chains, but not quite able to get the kill.
Some defensive warding coming out for Liquid. Nice aggressive ward. 2-1 aggressive ward for Empire. Yeah, Empire is now just trying to take the enemy jungle. Maybe trying to get some pressure on this tier 2. We've got the Orchid finished up now, Furion.
It's going to possibly lead to some big offs here. Jerax gets down the Static Storm as General TP blinks into this one. Now we'll go for the defensive Yules. Has a Blink Escape. Okay, easy pick off. Get out. TP. Blink Escape. Jerax has been on the receiving end of a lot of nasty Empire aggression right now. And it just continues.
Yeah, wow, he's 0-6. Unfortunately for him.
He's getting the silent treatment from last game.
Yeah.
Saying, look, this is what you did to our Gyro last game. We're going to do it right back to you.
At least it's just a support this time.
Bata himself is getting decent farm, although hasn't really been able to see a huge presence in this game. Similar story with the Ember Spirit. Oh, can he get vision of this with the Yules? They're going to cancel it, General. Thrown up in the air, Impel and now available. That physical damage, though, coming out with minus 10 armor. The Weave Medallion, that Shadow Wave did a lot, not to mention the Axe's physical damage. Resolution marches forward, but not a fight that Empire really that ready to take now. They haven't got a Blink initiation from the Lion, and looks like Liquid will be quite safe here.
Empire has Curse as well. I forgot. I completely forgot who's there. I don't think we've seen it. He's been doing a good amount of work with the Arctic Burn and everything, and with his Cold Embrace.
He's been spending a lot of time like alone defending the lanes. Like he was the one defending the tier 2 push top while his like Queen of Pain and Lion went ganking. So he hasn't been involved in as much of the action, but he's been important. If not for him, they would have lost that tier 2 tower a lot earlier. Radiant Sentry will deward some of that deep dire vision. Right now, Empire actually not the best vision up on the map. Liquid have been pretty proactive in dewarding.
Great farm under 3 cores, though.
Yeah.
Really good farm.
It's just been the supports who've suffered, and that's where the gold difference is not as one-sided as you'd normally expect to see at this stage, considering they've got even their offlaner sitting on 8k net worth, out-farming the Ember.
Going for that.
Whoa, that's a kill in the quap. Static Storm with a Searing Chains combo. That's handy. On mid lane, AM will get the tier 1 tower. The Blink Call, looking for a counterplay, gets the slow first. Now the call comes out. SF comes in. Have they got the damage? The Winter's Curse on a mind control. Silent could go for a big mana void. Will catch it on 2. Now he gets the Requiem off, and Silent will be forced back. Gets caught out in the chains with a Cold Embrace from Nofi. He's going to throw away his life for the greater good, it looks like. Silent has another Blink. Gets the high ground. Glimpses there, though. He's going to get pulled back in. Thunderstrike, giving the vision that was needed, and Team Liquid find a great couple of kills there in the mid lane.
Right away when we say, we're like, oh, Jerax, man, he's just having a rough time.
Yep.
Finds the glimpse kill on the Quap, finds another glimpse kill on the Anti-Mage, brings it back.
So, Team Liquid still fighting their way through this game. That's going to see a bit of a gold swing upwards in their favor. Especially big kill on the AM, I feel. They just need a... He was just been free farming for days.
Uh-oh, Fata in trouble. Oh, used Yules very early. He might TP out now.
Yep. Gonna go for it. The Orchid damage may be enough. No, he's not gonna pop. Yeah.
Little bit of a misplay there.
Oh. Sonic Wave was not an Ag Scepter upgrade as well, so that's now on cooldown for the next 2 minutes. In general, had that very flashy start, but
he needs to get out of bottom lane too. He might get caught out here now. Jerax. Nope.
Trying to push.
Oh,
wow.
General.
He's going back down. This is possibly greedy.
Yeah, he's like, I want my eggs. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Called on the creep.
Static Storm to follow it up. Kinetic Field is there. General getting very low. The Dunk is there and ready. Yule Scepter defensively. Can he get out of this one? Yes, just barely. For now. They're still fishing for him. There's a Blink Call available again. They get the glimpse with the Blink Call. He misses the Dunk, though. Will be enough to get the kill, though. So not the end of the world with the Culling Blade going on cooldown. More importantly, they kill Quap once more. And this Axe gets delayed again.
Jerax is rich now.
Yeah, he got the kill. Like, a couple in a row. 1,600 gold. Holy moly.
Yeah. Now they actually have a ward down for Empire in the enemy jungle, but yeah, their vision game's been a bit lacking.
Top lane, Kuro forced to grave himself, worried about that mana void from the AM, and Double-Man rotates in with Boots of Trouble here, looking to at least get the 1 kill on the line. He's going to go for a Hex TP. Will be close, but Kuro's there for the needed damage to bring him down. And this Quap is suddenly not all that scary and is actually a little bit underfarmed. After, well, considering the good start, it's very underfarmed.
Yeah, he did get pushed back a lot. But they do still have this, anti-mage Pharaon as well to back up on. Still looking quite good for Empire, but Liquid getting a little bit of space, which they definitely need.
And would you say the game's kind of getting back to even right now, or is it still Empire who have the edge?
They still have a bit of the edge, but it's starting to get a bit more even. Once Matumba Man has Manta, he's going to feel so much safer. He's opting for it rather than going for the Battle Fury first.
Yep. Well, that's for the AM. He's still going to be somewhat wary of all the physical damage output and the silence coming out from the Jerax Disruptor.
I'm just looking at how farmed Kuroki's going to be in this game as well. He's almost got the same net worth as his Axe. 2,300 gold, treads, medallion, level 11.
Bottom lane, Fata. The fight into No Fear as well as the Anti-Mage, and it will be a retaliation from Matamaman. These boots of travel, allowing him to be everywhere on the map, and Fata will get another kill. AM says, get me out of here, TP's top, and Liquid's starting to find the pickoffs they need against the split push lineup.
Yeah, general now. Ag's finished up. Got delayed, I think two times. Very close to it. He died back to back.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Prophet is building towards more split push. We'll be going for an Ag Scepter himself. So we'll see the trees everywhere. Saw a bit of this yesterday
Dire's bottom
out of
tower is
NIP.
under attack.
Mid lane. TP's coming in. They want to fight this one. Try and defend. Kuro going for the TP out. Will get cancelled by a Mana Void, and Prophet gets the last hit. They're chasing for more. They want Jerax, and
Dire's structures
starting to become a bigger kill on these supports as they get more and more farm going their way. Winter's Curse and Jerax get locked in place, brought down. Static Storm used just for some delay tactics, and they're still chasing possibly for more Aloha Dance. Without a Blink Dagger, General goes in very deep. The Yule's being used aggressively, and General needs to be careful. There's another Blink available soon. Silence out on Mind Control. Stops the call from him. Fata gets fingered. Hex as well. No Requiem for you. General now Cold Embrace will heal him back up. The Axe is looking for a dunk, but he's out of mana completely, and Empire are just going to snowball their way through this fight. General blinks in some trees, possibly his intent, although he's very low on HP. Not worried about the Culling Blade now as Anti-Mage burns through all of Mind Control's mana. 4 kills go Empire's way. A double kill for the Silent Anti-Mage.
That aggression. That aggressive blink. Doesn't even care. He just chases them out. They know the supports are dead. Not feeling any fear. They have the fear on to catch people out. Very nice silence coming up from Resolution on the Axe. Axe couldn't blink in to get a good call. As soon as he does get the call off on anybody, Winter Wyvern just Cold Embraces them right away. Great spell usage there by Empire.
As much as Axe early on works well against the AM, once AM gets a few items, suddenly you call an AM, you lose your entire mana pool. So
yeah, he's not really scaling too much on this Axe either. Quite unfortunate for him. He's only at 6,000 net worth.
Dazzle's neck and neck. You'd rather there be a bit more farm going the way of the Axe in this Dazzle at this stage. And Empire, you get another objective now as Roshan will fall. See where this Aegis goes. It doesn't look like it's going to go the way of the Queen of Pain. Silence on the AM. Nope, they leave it in the pit. Somebody pick it up. Come on, guys.
No one wants it.
You don't leave this behind. There we go. Quap will go back in.
Immortality.
Possibly just needed to free up the item space and sell something. That's maybe what was going on there.
Gem picked up for No Fear. They want to solidify their advantage.
And there's the Ember Mantis style. You mentioned this will help Liquid out, but having just lost a fight, I feel very much it's not going to... It does allow him to split push a lot more without fear of getting caught out by the Orchid, but there's still a Winter's Curse. Lion now, more importantly, will have a Blink Dagger as well. Bit of a late Blink coming out for a Lion, but...
Better late than never.
Yeah. It comes at the time they need it against the Manta, because now you've got the Blink Hex. This is where they've had the Orchid on Prophet until now, and now that the Orchid's been countered, well, Lion's got a Blink. But yeah, both Dire supports have really struggled to get any kind of farm this game.
Yeah. That'll happen, though, with an AM Fury on your lineup. Constantly having to move around while the other guys are just split pushing.
No. Even Empire have 3 fairly greedy cores as far as farming and taking the lanes and all the jungle farm.
Fata opted for the SNY. Now he's got his full BKB finished up.
General off on his own here, but see if they want to commit any big spells just to bring down his Aegis. There's a Sonic Wave. Some casual harass. Going to blink out and looks like just some zoning coming out from the two teams.
He's hyper aggressive though, General.
His team were nowhere near him when he started that one.
Oh, Silent getting gone on.
And they bring him down in time. Have they got the lockdown they need? They're going to throw a Static Storm, but he gets... Oh, no, he gets glimpsed back into the kinetic field. Now Silent gets low enough. There's no dunk, but it's not needed. Prophet, meanwhile, comes in from the side. Gets one. Great Winter's Curse from No Fear. And it looks like Empire may just clean up this fight despite losing the Anti-Mage. Fata will BKB Requiem. No Fear now getting low. It's a buyback from the Axe. Possibly looking to turn things around here for the better. Resolution will TP out himself just barely in time. General on the Quap. Oh, I think he was trying to pick up the gem there as he hung around.
Yeah, it looked like it.
And the gem was claimed by the Kuro Dazzle. So yeah, General was definitely looking to pick up the gem and escape with it, but didn't quite make it out.
That's where you probably want the Aegis on your Anti-Mage, unfortunately.
It's hard to say because
Yeah,
if General
it is.
didn't have it, he would have died with the Static Storm when he got caught out.
For
'Cause
sure.
They held on to the spells since it's like, oh, he's got an Aegis. We use him on his Aegis, we lose a fight.
Yep. Yule's finished up on Kuroki. Now they have their that gem picked up. Feeling good about that.
Very much quickly becoming anyone's game here. It is still an Empire lead with about 5,000-6,000 net worth, but SF is getting there. Well,
Axe just is not really scaling too much, but you know,
he bought back that fight too.
Oh yeah, that's right as well. As long as he gets what, like maybe Force or BKB, as long as he gets like a good call off in the fights, that's really all he needs to do. Dunks are just gonna be luxury at this point, it seems.
Yeah. Even if he can stay alive for like a second call, or if anything, but that's always gonna be tricky to do. Anti-Mage making sure of that. For now, General here in the top lane, very aggressive with his positioning as per usual. But he's gonna walk into a Radiant Observer. They see him coming. What's his play gonna do? He also does see the Axe in the lane here. The Blink Scream will cancel the Blink here. Mind Control. Doesn't have a TP out, and this Axe could be in some trouble here. Jerix is there, ready for a Static Storm. Throws the Sonic Wave. General getting kind of low, but still has the Aegis in hand. Mech comes in from Fata, helping out his two teammates here. And
Chains on General. Looks like he's going to go down once. Yules.
Aloha Dance, ready with a finger. Will go on Mind Control. Nice Winter's Curse will lock down SF as well during that. And there's the respawn. General will get the Blink out immediately. Searing Chains available in a second with the Sleight of Fist. Oh, actually misses these Searing Chains. Kuro now comes in, gets the aggressive Yule Scepter onto the Winter Wyvern. Looks like he really wants to press forward. Needs to be careful. He is the gem carrier for the team. No Fear goes into the Cold Embrace, heals himself back up, gets raised a couple of times, the glimpse back onto the Quap, and Empire just saying, let's disengage. They've got AM split pushing bottom lane, and I think recognizing this is not a fight they can really win.
Where are the trees?
Split push central.
Send the trees, the army.
I mean, AM was even down there. He could have threatened the high ground. He had his Manta illusions onto the tier 3 tower, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to play it as safe as possible and just get his farm. He's not really... He's like, I don't want to die. I just died, and it was a really bad position for my team.
Have Liquid got a good way of dealing with the Ags, Octarine, Prophet, and an Anti-Mage in the late game, or are they going to really struggle?
Ember Spirit's pretty good versus all those treants and everything, but I think they're still gonna struggle.
Tempted gank on Matama Man bottom, but gets out of there with the Fire Remnant.
AM's gonna have, I would say, like a 33 or 34 minute Abyssal Blade, which is gonna really cripple the Ember Spirit if he doesn't get the Manta off as he gets jumped on. Or whoever, really. Shadow Fiend even can just get popped if he gets caught without getting his BKB off. Or the Grave. It's really on Kuroki being in an ideal position to get these Graves off.
Well, and even when you, if you save an SF with a Grave, he still has the problem where the Abyssal Manta will burn his entire mana pool, so he won't have Requiem, for example. And Ember, he might not have a Fire Remnant out, so...
Aloha Invis, putting down some wards. Just running in a diagonal line, putting down one on the high ground, one scouting at the mid lane, and one on the other high ground. Okay, there you go.
That works. That's a good smoke. That was like the old school fluff and
Fluff
stuff smoke.
Yeah. It's the good old ward smoke.
You've got 3 very handy wards down right now. Quite likely, maybe 1 or 2 gets dewarded, but I doubt all 3 will. There is the gem on the dazzle, so to be fair, Kuro does have the way of getting rid of that. But 2 of those wards are on cliffs, so you've got to make a point to scout out those hills.
Yep. Oh, bottom lane. Looks like the support's gonna get gone on. Matumba Man's in the air. So is the Axe.
Grave available. They're going to look to bail Jerix out with a Grave TP. Nope, Yules is there at the last second, and now in comes Mind Control. Sonic Wave through. That's going to capture the Axe as well. Resolution. Defensive Sprout TP. Great play from the Nature's Prophet. He gets out of there without dying. General low on mana now, but will be a Mind Control TP out in the back lane. They lose Dazzle, and that's the gem back in the hands of Team Empire.
What's his ward? What's his ward on the ground as well? Did someone just drop this on the floor?
Good question.
It's like right over here.
I'm curious. Yeah. I saw for a second, like, whose actually is this?
I guess it's just gonna stay
Trying
there
to
though.
secure the gem or something, but
It looks like it must have been.
Possibly a miscue. Still has not been scouted out by either team, and Empire will push forward, but these supports will respawn fairly soon, so it looks like at best they'll get this tier 2 mid tower.
Army of treants to the top lane. Go! There's a lot of, that's a lot of trees.
Oh yeah.
What's he doing? Evolution?
Ember's Field Day potentially silent. Whoa, gets gets called up, but now he's going to have the Cold Embrace to protect him. Fata now gets Winter's Curse, has Matumba Man on him as well. Silent, though, in the Static Storm. No, he doesn't get the Blink out. That Cold Embrace possibly working against him because he had an opportunity to possibly blink out, but may have just not had... maybe with the call into the Static Storm, it was going to be complete perma-lockdown, but you can see here they've got answers to the AM.
I guess they didn't expect this Shadow Fiend to deal so much damage, picking up this brand new Daedalus.
Yeah.
Chunking him down.
He's gone for the Abyssal Blade, which is a very aggressive option, but it feels like he may even need something defensive mixed in there. Or at least like Butterfly for some evasion, Heart for HP, or even a BKB, just to have a way out of the Disruptor ultimate.
Yeah, it's probably Butterfly or BKB next, after the Abyssal.
Both teams, one team eyeing off Roshan very closely. Liquid will be probably keeping tabs of it to some extent.
Bottom lane, looks like Aloha setting up. They're pinging for TP from the Furion.
Yeah. Can those two get this kill, though?
Not without Finger.
No.
Oh, Aloha's like, oh, ward, thank you. That was Mind Control's ward.
Yeah.
Oh, Manta. Manta popped. Okay, he's out.
Okay. But he'll find another hero. Jarex is there instead.
Yep, and Aloha gets a ward.
Jarex is probably looking for the ward, like, wait, he pings where the ward was.
He's like, damn it!
What happened to this ward? You promised me there'd be a ward there, Mind Control. You lying to me? Oh, that was a blink call. I felt like, well, Axe faked the blink call. Maybe it was maybe just looking for the neutral camp there, but not Mind Control. Where's that yield? Blink Impale's going to be enough, and I'll finger for the kill. Again, it's Mind Control. He's just struggling this game.
Yeah, his net worth has not moved. He bought a Staff of Wizardry, but he just keeps dying and dying. Not sure this Urn purchase was too beneficial this game. Last game it worked out really well on the Clockwork because it kept blocking the Slardar from blinking. But this game, not really able to net himself too many Urn charges. Kind of feels like it's setting him back a bit.
No. Possibly if the lane was going better, but they didn't have that good explosive start. Lane, Thunderman, get the Remnant out. Like they were looking to counterplay. General now with a Shiver's Guard, so get some extra armor to help against the physical damage of SF as well as Ember Spirit. Yep. You know, we'll blink in aggressively with the Shivers. Bit surprising. Normally you'd expect cores to be getting BKBs against Disruptor. Just Disruptor alone. Even a hero like SF you want to get BKBs against. We're not seeing any BKBs out the side of Empire just yet.
Yeah, I guess they're just feeling pretty confident.
No. And just a slightly like different in play style to what like some other players may do.
Nobody wants to buy BKB.
Hey man, I've been coming out from Nanyang where all the like Chinese co-op first started in BKB.
Yeah.
Ferrari 430 up, I'm going BKB first. And then just blinking into 5 heroes because I've got BKB.
Fata going for Butterfly next. Doing quite well. He's got a good amount of farm. Matumba also recovered very well. He's got his Battle Fury Manta drawn bots and a small crit picked up.
Empire know this is nearing the max Roche respawn time, and it will be a max Roche respawn. They're just camping the pit now.
Yeah, Matumba needs to do this right now. He needs to push this bottom lane out as far in as possible. Just because Furion's going to just keep ulting and pushing those lanes in constantly, and Roche is going to be very hard to contest in that situation.
It's going to get so frustrating.
Yep, there it is. It spawned. They know. They see it with the Spirit, but they are not in position for this.
Doing what they can with split push outs around the map.
Full AC finished up for Resolution now, too.
Yeah.
It's Octarine, Ag's build, just getting him so much farm.
It doesn't feel like Empire can just group up with the Aegis, though, and go for a game-ending high ground push by any means, though, even with this. And actually, Liquid making a move towards the pit. The blink. Whoa! Aloha. Misses that one, and on the back lines, it's actually, whoop, going to be a kill into the Disruptor. General came in from the behind with the Sonic Wave, is getting low, has defensive heals, needs to use it, will do so. Fata gets cursed before the Requiem. Mal the blink out. It will be a save onto the Queen of Pain. Mind Control trying to chase him down, but doesn't look like he's going to find him. Instead, blinks back to his own jungle defensively, and Resolution is there with the Sprout. That Perma Sprout, Octarine Sprout, GG. Onto your Axe, and that's 4 dead. 3 of which do not have buyback. Empire, they've got an army of happy little trees ready to push the high ground.
Really, those look more, they look more like snakes to me. These treants, they look so weird to me.
They remind me of what I pictured. I can't remember. Oh, and he's got one of the giant treants as well. That thing looks freaking scary.
Oh wow, yeah, 1650, 84 base damage. That's insane. You never see them come out.
see some
Buyback
buybacks
from
come out.
SF.
They're looking to defend this one. Last hurrah, possibly. Still an Aegis on the anti-mage who's just behind enemy lines, causing problems. And it's SF in the front line, sprouted up
Oh,
once.
Fata getting isolated. Buybacks down.
Sprouted
Yeah,
up
he's going to
again.
go down.
Don't even need to sprout.
That looks its game.
It really feels like it has to be. Matumba Man does not have buyback himself. He's going to be careful. Blink forward from the AM. Abyssal Blade at the ready. And Matumba Man dead as well. GG's already called before Resolution even gets the killing blow. And with that, Empire will tie up this series and basically force a reset. We're in a best of 3 now.
Yeah.
It's 1-1. I mean, coming in very much felt like a Liquid favored series, and Empire playing with a new player. A roster that doesn't really seem to have found its form yet. They lost a game yesterday against a relatively unknown team, and
Yeah.
well, this is at least good signs for the team right now.
Just across the board, though, great rotations from General. Like, he was all over the place, made so much space. Them getting that first blood on the onto the anti-mage just, you know, secured him his lane. He wasn't really pressured too much after that. He bought a ring of health. The Axe and the Dazzle weren't really able to do what they wanted to do initially. And then, yeah, even though Resolution was having some trouble, same thing. They just opened up the map. The gank from General gave him the levels he needed, gets his Orchid, and then he's got free reign.
Yeah. It felt like they kind of knew at least a little bit what they were doing, giving Fata the SF. By no means a bad game from Fata, but he doesn't seem to find his groove as much as he does on other heroes. And it's not even just him personally. It's like the overall Liquid game plan around the Fata SF doesn't seem to be as solid as when he has his Razor, his Beastmaster, or some other hero for Fata. Even the Viper, it feels like they play around much better than the SF.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't even see like too many Winter's Curses this game. I think there was only like 3 or 4 big ones, but that one in the jungle was just like, that's a game-winning curse right there. SF, no ultimate, gets caught out and just killed.
Yeah. The other thing I find surprising is that, I mean, Empire have first picked this game, but Liquid, they choose Radiant. I feel Liquid's a team who can play much better because they play slow pace. I feel Dire Side almost suits them more. I don't know how you feel about that, if that's something where reading too much into it, or
Maybe reading a little bit too much into it, maybe just some team preference, or just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we've lost our producer. Roland, let's go to a break. I looked. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I saw him lie down there. We're gonna break. We're gonna head into game number 3 after a short break. Thanks for watching. You're watching the Summit for Europe. Don't go anywhere.